Hello, this is Scrapping Amy with Well Mommy Scrapping, and welcome back to the Christmas in July YouTube hop. Make sure you visit the next person on the list linked down below and go all the way through so you can be entered in for a giveaway. Details of the giveaway are also down below. Now, I have been working on my Journal Your Christmas album, and here's the 24th and the 25th, and if you remember, I skipped the 26th to do the 27th because the 26th had a little bit more involvement with it and I didn't have the time that day. The 26th is actually 3 pages. I want to document our house elf, which makes it sound like it's Harry Potter and needs some clothes to be freed, but the elf that comes to our house at Christmas. This is not your typical like Elf on the Shelf. This was purchased, well, not purchased, but adopted at our church bazaar many years ago, and Elizabeth got to pick the elf out and even got a certificate for it. And she originally named him Elizabeth because I think she was 3, and at that point everything was named pretty easy names. But he then became christened Buddy, and this was way before she ever saw the movie Elf with Buddy, and that happens to be my favorite Christmas movie, so I was very excited. So I slipped this house is under elf surveillance into the page protector because I want to use that. I've been meaning to use that on a different page, but then when I didn't do it, I was like, oh, this would be perfect. So this is kind of what I'm thinking for the layout. I don't normally do a lot of brown, but I really like the Rudolph paper. The other side is this, which is why I bought it. But I think for this it would work. And plus some of these stickers I have in here, these Martha Stewart label stickers, these are brown, and I thought I could use the bigger one and the smaller one kind of here. On this, so we have a picture of Buddy. Buddy comes to our house, I think on Black Friday is when he shows up, or December 1st. I can't remember now. It's always a surprise to me. And he does not cause chaos, thank goodness. He just kind of hangs around and likes to hide in funny places. And we have a metal chicken in our living room, and so he got Woody's hat from Toy Story and was riding Beyonce the chicken. So yeah, but I also have the note that Buddy wrote to Elizabeth when he left on Christmas Day. So, well, when Santa picked him up, I guess that was Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day, but you know what I mean. So this will go on the reverse side. So overall, it's going to be a rather simple page. There's just 3 pages to it. So I'm going to set this aside and work on this one first. I have already pulled the number that I want to do. I'm going to do the 26th for my chipboard pack from, who is it? This stuff. Daily Flash from October Afternoon. I don't remember where I got those, but I've been keeping my numbers in there. So I kind of want to go like this, and then I can journal and have those touch. I can journal on the big one, and then I can either put the 26 there, or the 26 is going to go on this page. But I want to go ahead and journal now. Oh, my brown pen is in this pack. Because I want to make sure that I'm going to have enough space. Because if I need to use that for journaling, then I have it. Otherwise, it's perfect to put decoration in. Alright, so my journaling is done. It says, Buddy the elf is always a welcome sign at Christmas. He likes to find fun places to hide each night. And then I went ahead and did use my smaller one. It says we all like to hunt for him in the morning because we do all tend to be looking for him. Now I'm looking for, there they are. I want to make sure I pull these out. So I have a couple options, and I'm wondering if this would work right here, and I think it will. Then I don't have to use it as like a little brad. Alright, I'm just going to put it right there. Now this needs some green on it. I have just enough to spell the word elf. I've got 1 F. what I think I'm going to do is pull in some gold with these hearts. Love, love, love these puffy hearts from Ellie's Studio. There we go. So you still are able to see that it's Rudolph. And now this one I am considering done. Now I do have 2 different shades of gold. That's not bothering me. What you will notice on this is I do not have any plans for mixed media. Again, this is not going to get glued in. This is simply going to go in the pocket, because then if she ever wants to pull it out, she doesn't have to pull out the whole thing. What I am going to do is put this on the green paper. Now, these pads of paper, which right here, are not perforated. They're glued in. And sometimes, if I'm really careful, I can pull it out. As long as it doesn't rip on the top, I can cut off the little bit of glue there, and then I can cover up the hole, and I can mat a full 4x6 photo using essentially a 6x6 page, because they give you that little bit of extra on there. So when it comes to that, I always put the picture on first. And that galloping you may have just heard is my dog. I always put the picture on first and then cut it. So now I have that our house is under elf surveillance. I'm going to pull some foam squares, and I am going to mount that. All right. Oh, I need to trim that little top part off. No, Tucker, no treats. Go place. Go place. Go to hunt. All right. There. That's kind of works. All right. And I want to put a little bit more, because this is one of my favorite places that we found Buddy. So I'm going to move that just for now. I'm thinking maybe putting this house is under elf surveillance, and then put the word believe down here. And then I could use those. I need more of these dots. Where did I put them? I can use more of the, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Got no clue. I can use the stars. I think that's what I was going to say. This is the only part I don't like about foam dots, is I end up having these little squares. I find them all over the room. It doesn't matter. I have a trash can. I'm literally putting them right into the trash can, and yet I will still find them all over. I think because of that. They stick to me. Oh, that's very crooked. There we go. Now I can put him here. This is what I didn't like about the 6x6 pad, is that they still put in 3x4 cards. I wish they would have shrunk those down. As if they had, oh my gosh, so many places I could have put those things in. We're going to take our mirrored believe and put it right there. And then we will add in some of these stars. Oh, I got some adhesive wanting to come off the back and roll up. Put that right under there. It does give that reflection, but I'm not honestly worried about that. Okay, there we go. Put that right there. And I just have Joy left. I am almost done with that. I always love finishing using embellishments. All right, now I feel like it needs something else. Let's see here. You know what? I am going to attempt to pull this out, I think, around the house. Here is my small lawn fun one. There we go. Alright, and then I think the walnut ink will be the best choice. Around the house fits on that. Yeah, it does. Suddenly I realized that was really a long word. Alright, let's see here. And I think I'm just, oh, let me get a piece of paper just to test the first one on. Yeah, that looks good. Sometimes the first time you use a stamp, it never stamps as well. There we go. And there we are. I'm going to take this off, put it back on there, and I'm done with that. Put my ink away. Alright, so I think this is done. It's not a hugely complicated page, and again, I'm okay with that. And another thing with these complicated pages, ooh, I know what else it needs. I know, it needs some hearts. For starters, I'm going to put some hearts on there because I have the hearts over here. But I just want to say that it doesn't have to be super complicated, because this is going to turn out to be a very thick album. And honestly, that was not my intention. I wanted to keep it simple, and it's clearly not going to be. There we go, slip that there. So let's put this big heart up here, and we'll kind of put some smaller ones in there. There we go. The album doesn't have to be complicated, and as I usually start off the season with these huge grandiose plans, and then by the time it ends, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so over Christmas. So I like the fact that this is a simple page. And if I turn it real carefully, you can probably see like reflections of stuff up on top. But here we go. Here's my page, my 26, with a little bit of Buddy in different places we found him. My favorite place that we found him, I try to photograph him where he is every day, and then just print off my favorites. And then the letter, and I'm going right into here. And I only have a few pages left. A little sneak peek. 3. That's it. So I may do all of those on the next one, and then we'll be done. So I will definitely be doing a flip through of this album. I've had a number of requests, so that will be coming when it's done. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure that you check out the next person down below, and have a lovely day. Bye!